Let's talk about what Iaitō are in the first place. However, there are a few other points that'll be useful to know. Let's start talking about choosing the right one. Minasan konnichiwa, and welcome to Let's Ask Shogo. I am happy that many people got interested in training in Iait and Jutsu by watching my videos, and want to purchase an Iaitō, a training katana. But the most common question that I get is that they don't know how to choose one for themselves. So today, I will explain what Iaitō training katana are, and the 3 most important points to look out for when choosing one. Next, I will provide more detailed advice, which is information that's very difficult to obtain. After watching this video, I'm sure you want to buy an Iaitō right away. And if there's anything else you want to learn more about Iai Kenjutsu or Katana, please let me know in the comments. By the way, you can now sign up for my Iai online lessons held on Fridays and Sundays. If you're interested in learning Katana skills from anywhere worldwide, please check out our Patreon page from the description box for more information. それでは本日もIaitōの話をしてまいりましょう。Before we start talking about the points on choosing your best Iaitō, let's talk about what Iaitō are in the first place. Iaitō means Iai Katana, and is a blunt training katana made from zinc alloy for safely practicing katana martial arts. Real katana are, of course, sharp and are made from the traditional steel called tamahagane. Using a special manufacturing process that takes time makes air less likely to be contained within the blade, resulting in a high density of material in a strong katana. As a result, it is possible to produce wave patterns and grooves similar to a real katana, and to process them in a way that makes them easy to handle. On the flip side, it is dangerous to wield cheap ornamental imitation swords, even if they look like the same katana, because it is created by pouring iron into a mold more quickly than Iaitō. It is easier to break due to the air bubbles inside the blade. There is a chance that a horrible accident might happen. Iaitō takes time to manufacture, so it cannot be mass-produced. You might feel that an Iaitō is a bit pricey for a blunt blade, but the price is fair considering the safety aspect. Now that you've understood what Iaitō are, let's start talking about choosing the right one. The 3 most important points are length, weight, and price. First of all, length is basically decided by your height. Please check out this chart to find the right katana length for you. The standard for women is 5 bu shorter than this chart. The katana length mentioned here is from the tip to the habaki and doesn't include the handle. The shaku, sun, and bu are unique Japanese units for measurement. It is easy to remember as approximately 30 centimeters, 3 centimeters, and 0.3 centimeters. However, there are 2 points of caution. You must also consider the length of your arms and follow the rules within the Ryuha style that you belong to. For example, according to this chart, the right length for me is supposed to be 2.4 shaku. However, I have longer arms than an average Japanese man my height, so I bought a 2.55 shaku katana instead. If the katana is too easy to draw because it's short, it won't be good for your training. Next, the rules within your Ryuha style. Some Ryuha have rules that all students must use the same length katana, regardless of height, etc., while others believe that a longer katana is better, even if it is hard to use. If you train at any dojo officially, be sure to ask your sensei before making your choice. The next point to consider is the weight. Some Iaitō katana have a wide blade expressing the weight of a real katana. However, if you are a beginner trying to choose your first katana, I recommend choosing one that is light as possible. This is because when you first start training, you tend to put a lot of unneeded power in your body, and you might hurt yourself using something too heavy. By the way, a katana with a groove in it is about 10% lighter, so if you're looking for a lighter katana, the one with a groove should be the one you want. Also, it is generally easier to swing katana that has a center of gravity towards the handle. So if you want to adjust the center of gravity, you should choose a heavier tsuba. Tsuba has various designs, but those with fewer holes and open space are heavier. Lastly is the price. If you are a beginner, I would recommend purchasing an Iaitō for about 30,000 to 50,000 yen. From there, when they move up to 2nd dan or 3rd dan in Iaitō, many buy something over 50,000 yen. And from 5th dan on, many people buy a real katana. Of course, there's nothing wrong with purchasing an expensive Iaitō from the beginning. However, beginners frequently damage their katana practicing drawing and sheathing, or when they carry the katana. Therefore, I suggest you buy your first katana, assuming it will be ruined. The first Iaitō I bought was about 50,000 yen, and when I got up to the 2nd dan, I purchased one that was a little bit more expensive than 100,000 yen. If you keep the 3 points explained in mind, you can choose the best Iaitō. However, there are a few other points that will be useful to know. It is about the type of tsuka string and saya sheath. There are three main types of discussed string material: cotton, pure silk, and cowhide. Cotton is the cheapest, strongest, and least slippery with sweat. Compared to cotton, pure silk has a better feel, but has the weakness of being a little slippery. Finally, there are two types of cowhides, front and back. The front has a glossy, luxurious feel, but is slippery. The back skin is easy to grip, but the glossiness disappears. Be aware that cowhide is by far the most expensive compared to the other two types. In conclusion, for beginners, durable and inexpensive cotton is recommended. Next, the type of sheath. There are two main types of sheaths: glossy sheaths and ishime sheaths. Ishime sheaths are less likely to show dirt or scratches, while the glossy sheath is shiny and looks good. Dirt and scratches tend to show up easily. This is totally up to preference, but I personally recommend the ishime design for beginners who often damage the sheath. Then lastly, today's conclusion. Today, I explained how to choose the right Iaitō training katana for training katana martial arts. Iaitō means Iait katana and is a blunt training katana made from zinc alloy for safely practicing katana martial arts. The three most important points for choosing the right one are length, weight, and price. Your height basically decides the length, but you must also consider how long your arms are and the rules of your Ryuha style. For your first katana, choose one that is light as possible, with a center of gravity closer to the end, by choosing a heavier handguard. I would recommend purchasing an Iaitō for about 30,000 to 50,000 yen. Once you have more experience, you can try buying a more expensive one. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If this video helped you to learn more about the Iaitō and Iaitō martial arts, please hit the like button. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. And if you'd like to check out all the other activities that I do, like online lessons and such, please take a look at the description box and I hope you can check it out. Then I'll see you in my next video. 皆さんどうもありがとうございました。Interested in training katana skills from anywhere worldwide with Let's Ask Shogo? Join the Yushin-Ryu online lessons to learn how to perform the cool and unique Iait techniques from modern-day Musashi Yushin Sensei. I, Shogo, a third-dan trainee of the style myself, will be your interpreter to explain everything perfectly in English for you. Every lesson will be recorded for you to rewatch anytime, and official dan ranks will be provided to prove your progress. Check out the description box or pinned comment to sign up now and for more information. So I am currently filming at my Yushin-Ryu's dojo in Kyoto, and this is the katana that I always use in my Yushin-Ryu training. It's actually a 2.7 shaku katana, so it's the longest Iaitō that you can make in Japan today. This katana I custom made specifically for training in Yushin-Ryu. You can see that the handle actually used the suede, so the back of the cowhide. The grip is amazing, really good. And also the tsuba, as you can see, this is a tsuba called the hanjiro. So it's a, what do you call this shape? Please let me know in the comments. Is this shape? Yeah, it's very nice because when you put it down on the floor, it doesn't shake at all like round tsuba. This is very stable. Also, you can see on the saya too, I have a little bit of this maki on the saya as well. There's a lot of techniques in Yushin-Ryu where you actually hold the saya like this and use this as a weapon as well. So I wanted to have a better grip for the saya as well. So I have this type of saya. You can see that it's the glossy type, not the ishime type. But as I explained to you a little bit in the main part of the video, you can see, if you can take a look at this part of my saya, you can see there's a little bit of damages on it too. Yeah, this is the damage that could easily be seen on the saya, as I mentioned. But to be honest, to a certain point, if you really train a Ryuha style that really fights with the saya and actually does sometimes, for example, do the kata together with a partner and such, a certain level of damage to the blade and to the saya is inevitable. You can't, completely avoid getting any damage at all, by the way. So, and again, it's a 2.7 shaku katana. It's quite long, so I do have a deep groove on the blade, as you can see. And the curvature isn't something that you can get to choose, but the other habaki and all the seppa and such, the colors are very simple. Yeah, I personally really love this katana. I said in the main part that I bought a 2.55 shaku katana. I use that for when I train in the Seitei Iai and All Japan Kendo Federation and such, but for Yushin-Ryu and also for Asayama Ichiden Ryu that I train in, I use a longer katana. In Yushin-Ryu I use a 2.7, and in Asayama Ichiden Ryu I use a 2.6. I use a little bit longer katana too. In the end, when you get to a certain point, you really do want to start using longer katana. I guarantee you that.